if you want to seriously turbocharge your XP and credit farming in Starfield, then hit that subscribe button because you are absolutely in the right place. Now, earlier we put out a video that showed you how to quadruple your XP as a beginner, and it is the ultimate XP/credit farming guide. If you have not seen that video, I strongly advise that you watch it. We're going to link it below. Then come back to this video because this video is more of a part 2. Now, if you are still here, that means you have watched the first video. And in this video, we're going to share more secrets of outposts and credit farming to ensure that you maximize your gains and level up quickly. And this literally will be the ultimate XP and credit farming harvest method. And so that's why you want to watch the first video, because you will have everything needed to continue this video. Now in this video, we're going to show you a combined method that will literally get you 3,000 XP every 5 minutes and 18,000 credits every 5 minutes. And this will happen passively. So let's get started, shall we? Now we're on New Jemison and we're at the shipyard, and I'm going to show you exactly where to go from here. Now we're going to need some materials for part 2 of this farming method, and I'm going to guide you to where to go. So get ready. We're going to fast forward and we're going to go from the shipyard directly to our destination. So we're going to start off leaving the shipyard, and you're going to hang a left, and we're going to end up going to Jemison Mercantile. Now it's time for me to give you a list of everything you will need to get started. Once you're here, you're going to get the following: 20 aluminum, 15 cobalt, 9 copper, 60 iron, 8 nickel, 8 tungsten, 18 adaptive frames, and 8 zero wire. If they don't have enough, you can always go outside, sit, save, and come back in, and the inventory will reset. Other than that, let's go farm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start our farm not too far from Alpha Centauri. It's going to be right here in the Endum system. So we're going to press here, go to Endum, and we're going to be looking for Endum 2. And we're just going to fly here for now. And then I'm going to show you the spot where we need to land. I'm going to go into my start menu. I'm going to go here. And we're going to go show resources. And we're going to go up to the north, and we're going to rotate this all the way around. And we're looking for a Pacific shape by the water here. And we're looking for the right here. So exactly right here, you'll see like this abandoned ship depot, and we're looking for this spot right here. So what we want to do is we want to try to find an area where we're right in between frozen volcanic and swamp, because the copper is near the frozen volcanic and the beryllium is near the swamp. So we're going to need an area in between. And I believe this is an area right here. So allow me to do the work so you don't have to, and see if we can pinpoint a spot. So we're going to just kind of click around. We have a swamp coast, and we're getting aluminum here, and I may need to move closer to copper, but I'm just going to see if there's any copper here. And it still says aluminum, and I want to see if there is a frozen volcanic rock. So I'm going to move up just a little bit higher. So we're going to go up to a little bit higher. We're still not getting there. We can't land here, and let's kind of do a little bit more experimentation. So bear with me, because I'm doing this so you don't have to, right? So again, we're going to try to get as close to copper as we can, but we want it to say the frozen volcanic mountains or whatever, and we want to be just a little bit near the swamp. So that's not it. A sandy desert. It's a swamp coast. That's definitely not it. That's water. So we need to go probably a little higher or a little further to the right here. So I'm just clicking here to see a good landing spot. And sometimes you have to do this in Starfield, which is a mystery of it all. So again, I'm trying to do this so you don't have to. So I'm going to move a little further up because I'm only getting swamp, but I'm kind of realizing that I am not really hitting on any copper. And so I want to have copper and beryllium at the same time. So Let's see if we can get to frozen volcanic. And I don't see that here. I know this is the area. All right, so here's copper. Okay, cool. So frozen volcanic, that's where I'm at. So, all right, so now we got the area. We got copper, and we want to plan this area right here. So frozen volcanic, and we need swamp. Frozen volcanic, swamp. Okay, I think this is it. The frozen volcanic and a hair over swamp. If it says swamp again in this area, we're gonna go for it. So swamp, that's the area. We're gonna go for landing here and see if we can strike lightning in a bottle. So we're gonna land here, and hopefully this will put us in a frozen volcanic and swamp biome, because that is where we will be able to mine beryllium and copper simultaneously. So we're landing here, and we're not gonna fast forward anything, because in videos like this, you guys need to see the entire process of landing and finding out where the landmark is. So we're gonna exit our ship. Okay, now as we exit our ship, we wanna turn around and locate snowy mountains or frozen mountains, right? So we're gonna turn around, and let me see if I can put this in first person. Get out the way, Vasco. And we just wanna look for a frozen mountain area, and there it is right there. So that is a frozen mountain area. So when you turn around, however you land, you just want to run towards the frozen volcanic mountain area or frozen rock area. So what we're going to do is we're going to run towards the area, and we're going to see if we can find a beryllium and copper spot to put this outpost. So I'm going to fast forward the run here, so this way you can get to the spot earlier and I don't waste your time in this video with just running around. Now keep in mind, this planet does have life on it, and it does have animals that may get hostile, and you may be able to use this planet in addition to outpost farming, also to be able to XP farm by shooting at some of the animals. So if you need some rifle certification, or you need to kind of bump some of your attack certification up, you can use the animals as target practice, or even zoology may help. So we're getting close to the spot to where we're going to set this farm up. So once you are kind of seeing the structure and you're in between the snowy mountains, you want to hit LB and pull out your outpost. And we want to be able to get copper and beryllium and really as many materials as possible. So if we can get a spot where we can get copper, beryllium, water, and fluoride, that's good. That's actually potentially 4 resources we can farm. So I am just looking for a prime spot to place this outpost. And again, I don't have it yet. Make sure you have copper and beryllium. Make sure you have all 4. We don't want to waste a good outpost here. So we're just trying to find a spot to where we have all 4. We're almost there. And once I get all 4 again, I am just going to place this outpost. So right here is good. And let's go ahead on and let's place this bad boy and claim our outpost right here. Make sure you got all 4, and we do. Let's claim it. So once you establish the outpost, it is now time to set up an extractor. You can hit LB to toggle to extractors. You want to start with a beryllium extractor first. Now, once we have that, you want to press the 2 squares button on your Xbox in the middle to get the bird's eye view. And we're going to move this around until we find a beryllium vein. Once this extractor is over the vein, it will change colors to gray. That's how you know you got it. Now, once you have it to gray, you simply want to place it. And once you have a good place to place it, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now set up a copper extractor. So let's go over to find a copper extractor. So you just want to search around till you find it and make sure it turns gray and not red. This way you know you can place it. And once you place it, now it suggests placing on the edge of your outpost region. Once you place it, then you will be literally good to go. So now we have copper, and from here, what we have to do is we have to power these extractors. So to power these, we're going to need what's called wind turbines. The wind will power it. So we're going to place 2 in this area. And as you see, we need 10 power. 2 extractors will output 6 power apiece. So now we have 12 and we're good to go. So now you have your extractors. It's now time for the next step. Next thing we want to do is build a landing pad with ship builder so we can actually go back and forth to this outpost. Next thing we want to do is we want to build a bunch of storage containers for each one of our extractors. Rule of thumb, if you want to build 30 per extractor, that's cool. Or however many, the more you build, the more places we will have to store the resources. So I'm going to start over here building storage extractors here. And as you see, I'm building them in a line because they're going to be easier to link. I don't really like stacking them because sometimes you might miss linking them. Now, once you have them built out, as you see me kind of building this pretty fast, once you have them built and you have them all in a row, the next thing you want to do is you want to link your extractor to your storage unit, and then you want to link every individual storage unit to each other, linking the last one to the second row. So again, linking is going to be very important. If you don't link these right, they will not fill up. So again, make sure you take your time to link these correctly. Now, after you've created all your storage containers for your extractors, you're going to want to craft an industrial workbench and you want to craft a bed. Now, the reason why we're crafting these two is because it's going to be vital to us doing this farm. The first thing you want to do is go into the bed and you want to sleep. And by sleeping, you're going to give your extractors time to fill up your storage containers with beryllium and copper. So we're going to sleep. And I will warn you ahead of time, the time dilation on this planet is not that great, but it's going to be good enough for us to be able to boost our XP and boost our credits. And you're going to see why in just a minute. I'm going to break this all down for you. Now, you may want to do a sleep cycle a couple of times. The sleep cycle literally in real time is only 24 seconds. You can literally get 2.5 sleep cycles in 1 minute. So if you did this for literally 10 minutes, you would give your resources ample time to craft into abundance. So we're going to do it just a few times and we're going to fast forward this part. And so we're going to do it until our resource containers fill up with copper and beryllium. Now, if you did this correctly, you would be able to go over to your workbench and you're going to notice if you move all the way down to a crafting material called tailor-made rheostat, you will notice that you now have unlimited copper and unlimited beryllium. So this means you can craft unlimited tailor-made. Now, why is that important? Well, let's take a look at some of the materials that we crafted in our first farm. If you look at this, the adaptive frame only nets a value of 24, and that is just your regular value. By the time you go to a vendor, it is less than that. It is probably about 3 or 4 credits. And if you go underneath, you have isocentric magnets, and those don't get much value either. So you have very, very little value in both of your crafting resources. And so between the adaptive frames and the magnets and the mag pressure tanks, you really are not going to get that many credits when you go to craft and resell these to vendors. So the next best thing is to be able to make the highest value thing inside of the industrial workbench, because you're going to be doing this in bulk. So what is the highest value thing? Well, the second highest value thing is the tailor-made rheostat. But the first highest thing, or the highest thing, period, is the comm relays. And with these comm relays, they're going to probably sell for around 18 credits per comm relay. And what does it take to make a comm relay? Well, it takes isocentric magnets and it takes the tailor-made rheostat. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to literally craft tailor-made here, and we're going to craft quite a bit of them. So we're going to at least try to craft just a few, just to show you the value of these. So again, we're going to craft this. We're going to have at least one of the components needed to make a comm relay. Now, one cool thing about creating this is not only are you creating a component that's going to net you some credits, you're also earning XP every time you do this. As you see, I'm earning 108 XP every time I craft 99 of these. Imagine doing this just 10 times and it would take you under 5 minutes to do all of the components 10 times. You would literally just earn 1,080 XP just on crafting this component alone. As you see, I'm getting kind of low in my materials of beryllium. I'm under 997, but this is why this is such a good passive method, because while you're playing the game, while you're doing missions, and while you're doing, you're gathering about the galaxy, this will be accumulating for you in the background. So it will be providing you a passive resource and a passive credit method. So I'm going to continue to craft these. And again, as you see, I'm getting 108 per craft just on these, which is completely awesome. So now you got the idea, and we're gonna do this on this planet. Now, if you have followed my first crafting method video, then we already have the other crafting setup on the other planet. And so we're going to travel to that other planet right about now. So let's head over to the other planet and craft the second part. Now, it's a good thing you followed this video and built that landing pad, because notice you're going to be over encumbered, and these landing pads on an outpost take you directly to your workbench. So now that we have our tile grid rheostat, we're going to go to part 1, which I told you to watch before this video, because in part 1 I showed you guys how to create an outpost on Vessel 3, and this outpost allowed us to generate unlimited nickel, unlimited iron, unlimited cobalt, and unlimited aluminum, which are all the components we need to craft literally adaptive frames and craft a lot of material. So we can also craft isocentered magnets on this planet, because as you see, we have unlimited nickel and unlimited cobalt, which is required to craft isocentered magnets. So we're gonna craft a bunch of those. We already got a tile grid rheostat, so this is the last part of the crafting that we'll have to do before we go to comm relays. And as you see, the more of the isocentered we make, the more comm relays will be available to craft. Now notice, we get an additional 108 XP by crafting the isocentered magnet. So every time you craft an isocentered magnet, it is 108 XP additional. That's on top of the 108 XP you're getting from the tile grid rheostat. So we are literally just earning crazy XP right now. So when we craft enough of these, what we're gonna do is we're gonna now go to craft the final component, which is what we did all this for, and that is going to be the comm relay. So we have enough of the comm relay, and now we're gonna craft it. As you see, that is double the value of the tile grid rheostat and the isocentered magnet. So let's go and make our comm relays. You're gonna learn one thing about this too. So when you put together the comm relay, literally it's gonna be the same way. You're gonna be able to craft 99 of these, and that's why you need both planets working together. And once you do that, I want you to see a key thing. Now make sure you get the 99 all the way across. So when you craft this, because you're using 2 pre-crafted materials, you're gonna get double the XP. So now instead of 108 XP, we get 217 XP for every comm relay we craft. And what's crazy is every time I went through a crafting run, I end up leveling up. I went from literally a level 38 to a level 43 in just 15 minutes. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna show you how to get your credits for this stuff. So now the easiest vendor to sell comm relays to would be the vendor in the Wolf system. The Wolf system is located right above Alpha Centauri and right by Nerion. It is the Wolf system. So when I go there, it is literally a space station called the Wolf's Den. And so you're gonna jump to there, and this vendor is literally, like I said, on the space station, and this vendor has 11,000 credits. Other vendors have 5,000, 6,000, he has 11,000. Now there is a few vendors that have more than he does, but that vendor is located on the Crimson Fleet quest, and if you haven't done that quest, then this will be the next best vendor. And again, he can reset his inventory and his credits. So we're gonna dock here at the space station. I'm gonna show you exactly where to go to sell your stuff. So once you dock, you're gonna board here, and once you board, it is time to get paid. So once we land, we're gonna go straight, and we're gonna go to the left, and you're gonna see a Trade Authority vendor here, and we're going to ask him what he has for sale. And literally, when we do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in our inventory that we have on us or on our ship, either way, and we're gonna sell him comm relays. So I'm gonna go all the way down here to resources, and we're gonna just sell him our comm relays. And as you see, he has 11,000 credits. So we can get 11,000 credits in one run. So what I'm actually gonna do here is I'm gonna sell him as many as possible. Now be sure that when you sell him this, you actually drop the amount you wanna sell to match the amount of money he has, or else you're gonna lose these. So make sure you do that. So again, I'm gonna drop this probably 10,098 or something like that, just under 11, because we'll do this twice. So again, I'm gonna go 10,998. So again, I'm going to take all of his credits and leave him just 2. Now from there, after we do this, what we're going to do is we have to reset his credits. Now all you want to do is go to the nearest stool and you want to sit and just wait 24 hours game time or 24 seconds in real time. So once you have waited 24 hours in game time, you're going to press Y and do it again if you're on Xbox and wait another 24 hours. You have to do this twice so that his credits reset. Now, once his credits reset the second time, you can actually go to him and you can see he has 11,000 credits left. I'm going to sell him the remainder of the comm relays for 6,822 credits. And folks, you get the idea. You can do this as many times as you want. You can come to this place with a ton of comm relays. If you want to sit here and make 100,000, 200,000 credits, you can do it. You just have to reset in between. All right, folks. So assuming that it would take 5 minutes to craft all of this, let's just see how much we would benefit with just 5 minutes of crafting using this method. And trust me, you'll get faster the more you do it. So on the total XP side, for 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, you would actually earn 4,330 XP by simply doing this. Also, every 5 minutes, you would have 18,000 credits. So folks, this is absolutely worth it to add this extra step because the comm relay literally doubles the XP that you would get, and it also doubles the amount of credit you would get. So if you are doing the first XP that I put out, you want to add this because it's going to be more efficient for your time because you're going to literally double your XP and you're going to double your credits. So ladies and gentlemen, that is how you can actually really rank up lightning turbo fast and get credits lightning turbo fast. If this video resonated with you, please make sure you subscribe to this channel for more Starfield content. And make sure you like this video, comment, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Starfield crafting mastery session. Thank you so much. Have a great day.